guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so tonight's episode is, or topic should I say, is about complaining. So as I was reading the book of Job, I started in the seventh chapter and I basically was reading it through. So basically what it is, if for those of you who may not know the story of Job, he was a very righteous man. He was a very wealthy man in his time and in his town. And basically, God said to Satan, "Have you tried my servant Job? Test him out. See, he is for me. So, but you are not to kill him, or not to bring harm to him." So, with that being said, basically, Job was stripped down to nothing. His children all died. His wealth was taken away. Everything just happened, bam, 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 right, one after the other. And not one time did he curse God. His wife even told him, "Why don't you just curse God and die? Like, you're suffering. Enough is enough." And he wouldn't do it. So anyway, as I'm reading on, I look and starting from chapter 7, where he started pleading his case to God as to why is this happening. He wanted to know the why. His friends came, they tried to encourage him, and some of them, even after a while, was basically saying, "Well, maybe you did something." So this turned into Job starting to plead his innocence to God, like, "If I sinned, just please tell me. I, what did I do?" Job pretty much cried out to God for about 37, 38 days, a month and a half. God was silent until I believe that 38th day, and that starts in chapter Job chapter 35. Yeah, about 35 to 38 up until the end of the book. He pretty much gathered him. He pretty much gathered Job. And when it says Job chapter 38, verse 1, it says, "Then the Lord answered Job from the whirlwind, 'Who is this that questions my wisdom with such ignorant words? Brace yourself like a man, because I have some questions for you, and you must answer them. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you know so much. Who determined its dimensions and stretched out the surveying line? Who supports its foundations and who laid its cornerstone? As the morning stars sang together, all the angels shouted for joy. Who kept the sea inside its boundaries as it burst from the womb, and as I clothed it with clouds and wrapped it in thick darkness? So I locked it behind the barred gates, limiting its shores. I said, this far and no farther will you come. Here your proud waves must stop. Have you ever commanded the morning to appear and caused the dawn to rise in the east? Have you made daylight spread to the ends of the earth, to bring an end to the night's wickedness? As the light approaches, the earth takes shape like clay pressed beneath the seal. It is robbed in brilliant colors. The light disturbs the wicked and stops the arm that is raised in violence. Have you explored the springs from which the seas come? Have you explored their depths? Do you know where the gates of death are located? Have you seen the gates of utter gloom? Do you realize the extent of the earth? Tell me about it if you knew." And basically, it goes on with the Lord gathering Job, okay? Gathering him, dragging him by eyebrows, edges, whatever, gathering him. This goes on up into chapter 40. And basically, like I said, the end of the book. Now, my topic tonight is on complaining because I had a similar situation to this. This was in respects to my job. Like I told y'all before, I am a nurse. I work with special needs children and adults. And of course, as it is with all healthcare nationwide, there's a shortage. And there were a few nights, just about every night, I would go to work and we're just so short. And I always felt like I was getting the bulk of the load. For the most part, I wouldn't complain because I like what I do. I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. But this one particular night, I had no knowledge that we were short a nurse or two, and I didn't know that I was supposed to take on an extra unit. Things like that, you like to be prepared for. So, of course, I went on a whole rant. Yes, I did. I'm not proud of it, but I went on a whole tangent. Like, oh my God, why is this always happening? I am tired of this. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not coming back here. I went on a whole rant. This is not fair. Why are they always doing this to me? I mean, yeah, a whole rant. I still did it, but that's besides the point. And in the middle of my rant, I just stopped. I just shut up. I was just told to shut up. Like God just began to gather me. He began to drag me by my eyebrows, okay? Like dead in the middle of it, I stopped. The complaints stopped. And I kept hearing saying, well, what makes you so special? Because if you don't take on this extra unit, then the other nurse over there, she has to do the whole thing. How is that fair to her? It just came with like such conviction. Like, girl, knock it off. Hush. What makes you so much better than her that you feel like she got to do the whole thing and you don't? Because in my mind, I wasn't thinking like that. I was just pretty much being selfish, going on an entire rant of how this ain't fair. And I was gathered. I was. And I said, you know what? God, for the millionth, 99th gajillionth time, you right. I'ma shut up. Which led me to realizing how much I complained, because that was the next thing that came to me on after, I got gathered with that situation on my ride home. It was just on some, I just kept hearing, you complain too much. Like, you always complaining. What is the problem? Have I not given you this? Have I not given you that? Are you not gainfully employed? Like, what is the problem? And I'm like, you know what, you're right. I never looked at it like that. That is the problem with a lot of us. We don't look at it like that. We don't look at the fairness of everybody. We just look at the unfairness to us, not looking at it as a whole. So on my ride home, I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know what, God, you're right. I'm blessed. I'm beyond blessed. I have a roof over my head. My children are fed every day. I do have the ability to go and buy food, prepare the food. My children are well taken care of. We're provided for. We're good. I need to stop complaining. I need to stop complaining. I need to stop looking at my problems and not looking at the bigger picture of how God provides. And I had to, like, basically apologize the whole ride home, come home, do my nightly routine, and pray for a good minute and repent, because I'm like, this, like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of complaining lately. So I began to put myself on a challenge, and I've been on this challenge now for, I want to say, maybe about a week. It's been about a week now of not complaining, of trying to, before I begin to complain, say a little prayer and look at the bigger picture. And my complaint usually goes away, because it's like, all right, what are you really complaining about? So this video is running a little long, but that was just what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Hopefully this reads somebody about complaining, and to learn to assess the situation before you complain, before you start complaining. I have many, many, many stories of where God stayed gathering me. He stayed getting me together. So if you would like to hear that, let me know. I hope you like, share, subscribe, comment, and until next time, night.